The bank statement trembles in my hand, a living thing pulsing with dread. I clutch it tighter, but the numbers, $5 each month for 2 years, blur and swim before my eyes, mocking me. My pulse hammers in my ears, a relentless drumbeat, as I stand frozen in my parents' living room. The air chokes with the cloying scent of Linda's lavender diffuser, a smell that once meant home, but now claws at my throat. My boots sink into the worn carpet, the same spot where I used to sprawl with crayons. Invisible, even then. "We have proof now, Serene. You've been lying to us." Linda's voice slices through the silence, sharp and precise, each word a blade honed over years of practice. She sits on the edge of the couch, her posture rigid, her graying hair pulled into a tight bun that matches the accusation in her eyes. Tom looms beside her, his broad shoulders squared, his finger jabbing at the paper in my hand. The force of it makes me flinch, a reflex I can't unlearn. "We thought you were sending $1,500, he growls, his voice gravelly from decades of barking orders, at me, at the world. But this? Pennies. His hazel eyes, so like mine, narrow into slits of betrayal. I blink hard, trying to make sense of the impossible. $5? Not $1,500. My chest tightens, a vice squeezing out the air I didn't know I was holding. "I've been sending it," I whisper, my voice thin, unsteady. The words feel like a plea, but they don't hear me. They never do. Linda scoffs, that familiar sound, a short, dismissive huff I've known since I was 16, clutching a scholarship letter that wasn't enough. "Don't lie, Serene. It's right here." She gestures to the statement, her manicured nail tapping the evidence of my failure. Across the room, Ashley leans against the wall, arms crossed over her leather jacket. She's 25, 3 years younger than me, but she carries herself like she owns the place. Silver hoop earrings glint as she tilts her head, examining her chipped nail polish with studied boredom. Something flickers across her face. Not guilt, not triumph, just a shadow I can't name. The light catches her new smartwatch, a sleek thing I don't recognize. My stomach twists, a cold thread pulling tight. "I don't understand," I say, louder now, but the words dissolve into the lavender haze. The room spins, a carousel of accusation, and I'm the only one dizzy. They stare at me, Linda with her cutting certainty, Tom with his righteous fury, Ashley with her silent calculation. The statement slips in my grip, and I know whatever comes next will unravel everything I've built. The warehouse hums at midnight, a beast that never sleeps. I'm 28, but my body feels older, hunched over a clipboard at Horizon Food Co., the fluorescent glare searing my retinas until they ache. The memory hits me with physical force as I stand in that living room, the bank statement still burning my palm. 2 years of this, counting pallets, scanning barcodes, my lower back screaming with every twist. The concrete floor chills my feet through my sneakers, a cold that seeps into my bones and stays. I choke down granola bars on 10-minute breaks, the kind that taste like cardboard and desperation. No time for real meals, no energy for anything but the next shift. My hands, rough from handling crates, tremble as I log numbers under lights that buzz like angry wasps. It's for them, I tell myself. Linda, Tom, the family I owe. The $1,500 I scrape together each month, wired to the account Ashley swore would help. Weekends vanish into the delivery app grind. I drive through suburbs, smiling at strangers who never look up, their groceries thumping onto porches while I calculate tips in my head. My car smells of stale coffee and regret, the dashboard clock ticking past midnight again. "Just a little longer," I whisper to the empty passenger seat, my voice hoarse from exhaustion. 2 jobs, 2 years, all for that $1,500. My blood, my sweat, my life, distilled into a bank transfer. Back at the warehouse, the forklift's whine drowns out my thoughts. I cancel plans, dinners with Mia, movies I can't afford, because every dollar counts. My reflection in the break room mirror shows sunken eyes, a jaw clenched against the ache. I've given everything, carved myself hollow to keep them afloat. The thought steadies me through the endless nights, a mantra against the pain. They need me. They need this. Now standing here, the statement in my hand whispers a different truth. $5, not $1,500. The memory of those nights, the fluorescent burn, the protein bar grit, the stranger's doors, crashes into me, a wave I can't outrun. My knees buckle, just for a second, before I catch myself. How can it be wrong? How can 2 years of breaking my back amount to this? The lavender air thickens, and I realize I've been running on a treadmill that's never moved. Back in the living room, the air crackles, a storm about to break. Tom folds his arms across his chest, the same stance he took when I begged for college help at 18. You owe us $30,000 in back payments, he announces, his voice a judge's gavel. My breath catches, a sharp hitch I can't hide. 30,000. The number lands like a brick on my chest, crushing the last of my air. Linda gestures to the statement, her hand slicing the space between us. We can see the transactions. Serene. $5 a month. That's it. Her tone is final, a verdict I can't appeal. I blink at the paper, my proof of sacrifice reduced to a lie I didn't write. I've been sending the money, I say, louder now, my voice shaking but holding. Every month for 2 years. She scoffs again. That sound I've memorized. High school, the scholarship, the couch that became my bed when Ashley needed my room for her yoga mats. Don't play games, she snaps. I look to Ashley, seeking something, shock, confusion, anything human. She glances away, suddenly captivated by the curtains, her smartwatch glinting as she shifts. The cold seeps deeper, a realization crystallizing. She knows. 2 years ago, over brunch, her idea sparkled. Let's each send $1,500 a month, she'd said, her hazel eyes wide, sincere. They've done so much for us. I'd nodded, squeezed my budget until it bled, picked up that second job. It's easier this way, she'd insisted, handing me an account number. I'll make sure they get it. Now, her silence screams louder than Linda's accusations. Show me Ashley's transfers, I say, my voice steadier than I feel. Tom's eyes narrow. Serene, he warns, low and dangerous. Linda's tone shifts, softens, the one she saves for her golden child. Ashley's been supporting us more than enough. My spine stiffens, a flicker of steel I didn't know I had. Show me her transfers, right now. Ashley pushes off the wall, her leather jacket rustling. I just remembered. I've got a work thing, she says, her voice too bright, too brittle. She's out the door before anyone can blink, her footsteps quick on the hardwood. I grab my phone, hands trembling but sure, and pull up my banking app. The screen glows, every 1,500 withdrawal, a digital scar of my sacrifice, sent to the account she gave me. I look up, meeting Tom's gaze, then Linda's. They stare back, a united front of entitlement and blame. I have proof, I say quietly, of every payment. Linda waves her hand dismissive. Just show us the account number. I turn the screen toward them, the string of digits stark and undeniable. Tom squints, then his face darkens. That's not our account, he mutters. The room tilts, and I know. The truth is about to crack wide open. The driveway stretches before me, twilight bleeding into the gravel as Ashley's Jeep idles, a low growl cutting the dusk. My heart slams against my ribs, a caged thing breaking free. I burst through the front door, legs carrying me with a strength I didn't know I owned. She's hunched over the steering wheel, thumbs flying across her phone, oblivious until my palm slams her window. The bang echoes, and my phone screen lights my face, evidence glowing in the gathering dark. She jumps, her phone clattering into her lap. For a split second, her eyes, hazel like mine but colder, widen with real fear before she smooths her features and rolls the window down a cautious inch. "Serene, what the hell?" she snaps, but her voice wavers, a crack in her armor. "Where's the money, Ashley?" My voice doesn't sound like mine. Low, hard, a stranger's fury. "Where's the $36,000 I've sent for the last 2 years?" Her manicured fingers tighten on the wheel, knuckles blanching under her silver rings. "You're being ridiculous," she says, but the confidence slips, a thread unraveling. I shove my phone through the gap, the screen blazing with truth. "Look at these transfers. Every month. $1,500 to the account you gave me." I scroll, the list endless. 2 years of double shifts, canceled plans, nights I fell into bed too tired to dream. The same account you said would help them. Her facade fractures. Her shoulders slump, the smartwatch sliding down her wrist. "I needed it for my lifestyle blog," she whispers, eyes on the dashboard. "The clothes, the trips. You know how expensive it is to keep up." A laugh tears from me, too sharp, too hollow, slicing the air between us. "Your blog?" I echo, the word tasting like ash. She finally looks at me, and what I see chills me more than her confession. No remorse, just calculation. A predator sizing up prey. "They believe whatever I tell them," she says with a small shrug. "They always have." The casual cruelty knocks the wind from me, a punch I didn't see coming. My sister, my blood, built her life on my bones. I step back, the gravel crunching under my boots, needing space from her poison. "You're my sister," I say, barely audible, a plea she doesn't deserve. She revs the engine, her jaw tight. "And you're the fool funding my posts." She shifts into reverse, tires spinning. "Good luck convincing them it's not your fault." The Jeep, my Jeep, really, paid for with my sweat, backs down the driveway, taillights flaring red in the dusk. I stand there, the phone warm in my hand, the lavender scent fading behind me. My parents wait inside, still hungry for their pound of flesh. For the first time, my spine straightens, not bending under their weight, but rising against it. I turn toward the house, purpose in every step, ready to face the storm I've ignited. The living room suffocates me as I step back inside, the air stale with entitlement and lavender. My phone burns in my hand, the screen still glowing with every $1,500 transfer. A lifeline I thought I'd thrown them now, tangled around my neck. Linda perches on the couch, her bun tighter than ever, her eyes flicking between me and the evidence I've thrust into their world. Tom sits in his recliner, arms crossed, his jaw set like he's about to lecture me back to obedience. I plant my feet, the carpet, soft but unsteady, beneath me. "I have proof," I say quietly, placing the phone on the coffee table between us. The numbers stare up, neat rows of sacrifice. 2 years, every month, $1,500 sent to Ashley's account. She admitted it outside. She took all of it. My voice steadies with each word, a thread of steel weaving through the tremor. I wait for the explosion, the outrage on my behalf, the parental fury at such a betrayal. Instead, Linda's expression softens, her head tilting in that way she reserves for Ashley, her golden child. "She's still young," she says with a sigh, her tone a velvet glove over a fist. "She makes mistakes." Tom picks up my phone, squints at the transactions, then sets it down with deliberate care, like he's handling a fragile lie. "It's just money, Serene," he says, waving a hand as if $36,000 is pocket change. "Why are you being so dramatic?" The floor tilts beneath me, their words a warped mirror, reflecting someone I don't recognize. "Dramatic?" I echo, my voice rising despite myself. She stole $36,000 from me. Linda cuts in, sharp and quick. If you'd sent it to our account, this wouldn't have happened. I stare at them, these strangers who raised me, their faces a mask of blame I've worn thin. Why would I send it to Ashley's account in the first place, I ask, the question hanging heavy. Tom's face flushes, a rare crack in his armor. Because of the Social Security benefits, he snaps as if it's obvious. We needed it hidden. The final piece slots into place with sickening clarity, a puzzle I didn't want to solve. From the government, I say slowly, the words bitter on my tongue. Linda waves her hand, a gesture eerily like Ashley's shrug in the Jeep. Everyone does it. You had me commit tax fraud, I whisper, the realization a cold wave crashing over me. Tom stands, his height no longer towering but hollow. Either pay the $30,000 you owe us, or we'll disown you, he says, his threat a blade aimed at my chest. Linda adds, and forget Grandpa Joe's inheritance. I turn without a word, my phone clutched tight, and walk out. The door slams behind me and I dial Mia, my voice breaking. I need help. My spine straightens, unbowed for the first time in years. My apartment feels smaller tonight, the kitchen table buried under bank statements, a graveyard of my sacrifice. 3 days have passed since the living room showdown, and I sit here, highlighter in hand, marking every $1,500 payment in neon yellow. The ink bleeds through the pages, a timeline of double shifts and missed sleep, each line a scar I'm reclaiming. My phone buzzes, 17 voicemails from Linda, 32 texts, 6 missed calls from cousins I haven't seen in years. Tom's been busy spinning his web. I snap photos from every angle. The cameras click a quiet rebellion. The evidence piles up, digital and tangible, a shield against their lies. Yesterday I met Greg, my financial advisor, in his leather-scented office. He leaned forward, his gray eyes sharp. You've been manipulated into a tax evasion scheme, Serene. Your parents were hiding income through Ashley. I wasn't surprised, but hearing it aloud made my stomach clench, a knot I'm still untying. What should I do? I'd asked, my voice small but firm. Document everything, he'd said, sliding a lawyer's card across his desk. Distance yourself financially. Consider legal action. The card sits on my counter now, next to a support group brochure from last night. 6 strangers in folding chairs, nodding as I spoke of Ashley's theft, Linda's denial. Their understanding wrapped around me, a warmth I hadn't felt in years. My phone pings again. Ashley's Instagram glows with a selfie, her eyes glistening with staged tears. Sometimes the ones you give everything to betray you, the caption reads. I screenshot it, add it to my folder labeled Family Lies, and block her. The highlighter squeaks across another statement, the yellow bright against the gray of my old life. 2 years of breaking my back, and they think I'll bend again. I won't. The room feels less cramped, the air lighter with each piece I gather. I'm building something new, not a cage, but a way out. The diner smells of coffee and bacon grease, a neutral ground I insisted on, far from their lavender trap. I slide into the booth, my parents' silver sedan already parked outside in its usual corner spot, safe from dings. Linda and Tom sit across from me, Ashley between them, her golden hair swept into a sleek ponytail, a united front. 3 menus lie untouched. They've waited for me, a rare courtesy that feels like a ploy. My purse digs into my side, a reminder of the boundary I'm here to draw. We're glad you agreed to meet, Serene, Tom says, nodding like we're in a boardroom. Linda reaches across the table, her hand hovering short of mine when I don't offer it. We just want to work this out, sweetheart, she says, her voice syrupy with concern. I notice the manila folder beside Tom's water glass, its edges crisp, and my gut tightens. What's that? I ask, my tone flat. Tom clears his throat, straightens his tie, a habit from his sales days. We've been thinking about how to resolve this. Linda jumps in, too eager. We know you're upset about the misunderstanding with Ashley, but I cut her off, my voice a blade. It wasn't a misunderstanding. She stole from me, and you defended her. Ashley studies her napkin, her silence louder than any excuse. Tom slides the folder toward me, flips it open. A typed document stares up, highlighted sections glaring. $30,000 over 5 years plus $1,500 monthly going forward. For what you still owe us, he says, his tone matter of fact. I trace the neat columns with my eyes, a 5-year plan to bleed me dry after 2 years of giving everything. This seems fair, Linda adds, her smile brittle. We're not asking for it all at once. Behind them, a waiter delivers food to another table, the scent of garlic and butter wafting over. My stomach growls. I forgot lunch again, a habit from cutting corners for their payments. I place my fingertips on the document, slide it back across the tablecloth with a soft whisper. No, I say, the word simple, complete. Tom blinks. What do you mean, no? He asks, his voice tightening. I mean, no. I push my chair back, stand, looking down at them for the first time I can remember. I'm not paying you anything. Linda's hand flies to her throat, fingers grasping her silver necklace, a tick when she's rattled. After everything we've done for you, she gasps. What, Mom? Name one sacrifice, I say, my voice steady, unyielding. Silence stretches, a void they can't fill. Ashley's head snaps up. That's not fair. I cut her off. Nothing. You needed nothing from me. Tom's face darkens. Grandpa Joe would be ashamed of you, he says, aiming for my heart. Instead, it steadies me. He taught me to stand up, I say, a small smile curving my lips. This is me doing it. I turn, walk toward the exit, my boots clicking on the tile. Chairs scrape behind me, voices rise, Linda's plea, Tom's growl, but I don't look back. The evening air hits my face, cool and clean as the door swings shut. My lungs fill fully, a breath I didn't know I could take, and I know. I've broken free. The Horizon warehouse buzzes with late shift energy, the forklifts hum a steady pulse against the concrete walls. I'm logging inventory when the security guard, Mike, steps beside me, his walkie-talkie crackling. Carlos, my supervisor, insisted on this after I mentioned Linda, and Tom might show up. His dark eyes had narrowed, knowing. Your folks don't just stop by places, Serene, he'd said. Now, Mike's boots echo as we round the corner, and there they are, stationed by the reception desk, like sentries, demanding tribute. Linda spots me first, her spine ramrod straight in her beige coat. Serene, finally. We've been waiting forever, she says, her voice clipped, impatient. Tom stands beside her, arms crossed, his gray hair catching the fluorescent light. The receptionist, Tara, catches my eye, mouthing silently. 20 minutes. I plant my feet, the clipboard cold in my hands. This is a place of business, I say, my voice steadier than I expect. Not somewhere you can just show up. We wouldn't have to if you'd answer your phone, Tom booms, drawing stares from passing coworkers. His volume rattles the air, a tactic I once shrank from. Mike steps forward, his broad frame, a quiet wall. Sir, I need you to lower your voice, he says, calm but firm. Tom's eyebrows shoot up, incredulous. Who's this? You need protection from your own parents now? Mr. and Mrs. Beck, Mike continues unfazed. Your daughter has requested family discussions happen off company property. I can escort you to the parking lot. Linda's face twists, a mask of wounded pride. We raised you better than this, she hisses. I glance at my watch. I have a meeting in 5, I lie smoothly, the words a shield. This isn't appropriate. Nothing about your behavior is appropriate, Tom snaps, his voice a low growl. Our lawyer will contact you about the money you owe us. The word lawyer sends a shiver through me, but my face stays neutral. 3 weeks ago, it would have broken me. I'll look forward to it, I say, nodding to Mike. Please escort them out. I turn, the weight of their stares burning between my shoulder blades, but my steps don't falter. The warehouse hum swallows their protests, and I breathe easier, my space mine again. My car idles in the supermarket lot. The engines purr a soft anchor after I slip out the side exit, abandoning my cart. 2 aisles over, Linda's voice had risen, sharp and familiar. If you hadn't spent the Crestview funds on Ashley's ridiculous blog expenses. Tom cut her off, gruff. Don't start with me, Linda. This is your fault for letting her. I didn't wait for the rest, my heart thudding but not racing. I'm calm, almost relieved, as I sit here, the rearview mirror catching my steady gaze. My phone pings, a blocked number slipping through. I've always seen how they treated you, the text reads. This is Aunt Karen. If you need someone, I'm here. I save it, a small lifeline from the wreckage. Another buzz? Ashley's card declined at Macy's. A full meltdown caught on video, spreading across Twitter. I don't smile, but something lifts, a weight I didn't know I still carried. Consequences, finally. At my therapist's office, the sage scent wraps around me as I pace. Dr. Lynn watches over her glasses. Tom called yesterday, I say, repeating temporary financial assistance like a spell. She nods. How did you respond? I stop, a rush of pride catching me off guard. I told him I could recommend an advisor. Dr. Lynn smiles faintly. And Linda? I sink into the chair. She called an hour later, saying she wants to fix our relationship. How do you feel? She asks, her voice a calm tether. Like it's the first time she's seen me beyond my bank account, I say. But it's too late. They only reach out because they need something. She leans forward. You're setting boundaries, Serene. That's progress, not selfishness. I nod, thinking of the neighborhood alert. Their house for rent, 3 streets over, the price a quiet confession of their fall. They're sinking, and I'm not. The thought steadies me, a new rhythm in my chest. My new apartment smells of fresh paint and possibility, sunlight streaming through windows twice the size of my old place. I set down a box marked kitchen, running my hands over the oak floors, smooth and cool under my fingertips. The realtor had frowned when I lingered here, signing the lease, but she couldn't know what it means. Space that's mine, not theirs. My phone buzzes, 3 missed calls from Linda, 1 from Ashley, a text from some cousin about their hard time. I delete them all, opening my therapy group chat instead. Moving day, I type. Feels like breathing for the first time. Replies flood in. Congrats, emojis, no demands or guilt, just understanding from 7 souls who get it. I hang blinds, the fabric rustling as my phone lights up with an HR email. Promotion, it reads, 15% increase. My finger hovers over accept, a strange vertigo gripping me, not doubt, but freedom. I press it and the confirmation hits, my money, mine alone. You deserve this, Jenna says at work, her voice warm over the cubicle wall. She's 30, a friend forged in these months of chaos. Seriously, Serene, nobody works harder. I nod, staring at the screen, the words pulsing. It doesn't feel real, I say, my laugh sharp, genuine. Which part? She asks. Both, I admit. The job, the paycheck unshackled from their grasp. The warehouse feels lighter, today. Carlos's rotation schedule, ensuring someone walks me to my car each night. A buffer I didn't ask for, but welcome. Back home, I unpack a mug, the ceramic cool in my hands, when Mia texts. Spare room's yours if you need it, she writes. I smile, the group chat buzzing again. Celebration, not obligation. My laptop pings at work later, the promotion official, and I catch my reflection in the monitor. The tension around my eyes has softened. my jaw unclenched. I drive home, the city blurring past, and park outside my building, the weight of decades lifting with each step up the stairs. For the first time, I don't calculate what they'll take. I don't brace for their calls. The oak floors gleam as I stand in my doorway, my chest expanding with a breath that fills me completely. This is mine, my space, my life, reclaimed from their shadows. They'll learn what happens when my bank closes, but I'm already beyond their reach, thriving in ways I never dreamed. My car rolls through the dusk, the engines hum a quiet hymn as I leave their shadow behind. The city lights flicker beyond the windshield, a world I'm finally part of, not just funding. Their voices fade, Linda's voicemails, thick with practiced tears, Tom's demands, gruff and hollow, Ashley's pleas, brittle with panic. I delete the family chat, years of when will you visit, when will you send money, vanishing with a tap. My phone goes silent, notifications muted, and the stillness feels like a gift. At work, the promotion settles into my bones. The 15% raise a cushion I don't owe anyone. My apartment glows with morning light, the oak floors a promise kept to myself. Mia's laughter echoes from last night's dinner. My first date in a year, a guy who nodded at my family mess and said, "I get it. Boundaries matter to me too." The therapy group cheers my steps, their messages a chorus of freedom, not guilt. I'm thriving, a bloom breaking through concrete while they flounder. Their house for rent tells the story. 3 streets over, the price a humbled whisper of their pride. Ashley's meltdowns trend online. Linda and Tom bicker in public. Their silver sedan, spotted at discount lots. They face a reality they never prepared for, unready without my cash to prop them up. I don't care anymore, not out of spite, but release. The weight on my shoulders dissolves, each boundary a brick pulled from the wall they built around me. I catch my reflection in the rearview mirror, a smile spreading until I barely know myself. The Bank of Serene is shut, its doors locked, its vault empty. They'll have to swim or sink. I'm already on shore, breathing deep, alive in a dawn they'll never see.